Who has felt the deepest grief is best able to experience the supreme happiness. We must have felt what it is to die, that we may appreciate living.
Well, I didn't see that coming. And I'm sure our boy Atticus didn't see that coming either. Lovecraft Country fam, what's poppin'? It's your boy Cape Informer, back again for yet another episode breakdown of this insane HBO series. We're on episode 6 titled Meet Me in Daegu, and I still couldn't tell you exactly where this show is leading us towards, but I can tell you I'm with it every step of the way. It's simply been perfection. So for all of you newbies and inquisitive visitors, hi, hello, you guys look great. I do these breakdowns for Lovecraft Country as well as a number of other amazing shows and movies every week, so it would behoove you all to tap on that subscribe button to stay up to date with me and the Informer Army. So people, I get up here every week and don't even know how to describe what the show even is, because it literally changes its tone and even its genre every episode. This week, Lovecraft Country was a Korean romance horror film, and it was brilliant. Atticus's mysterious Korean war girlfriend finally got her long-awaited introduction through a backstory episode led by actress Jamie Chung, who blew my effing socks off, and I wasn't even wearing socks for this episode. But absolutely on par with some of the heavy hitters on this show so far, including Journey Smollett, Wonmi Mosaki, all of them. And I can only hope that we get her to return again before the season ends. We meet Jia in a darkened theater house in the city of Daegu, watching a musical. She's a bright-eyed young Korean girl who, in a conversation with her mother, seems to have trouble bringing home men. Emphasis on the plural, which didn't make sense until much later. So, long story short, the chick is a kamiho, a vengeful nine-tailed fox spirit bound to the body of a beautiful woman in order to ensnare men, siphoning their memories and life force from their body before destroying them in a hail of blood and viscera.
Shorty's still kind of bad though.
Like, I'm not saying I'd risk it, but let's just say I can see how it was easy for her to trap up to 99 men, despite her social awkwardness. And this number is important, as she's required to ensnare the souls of 100 men to free herself of the Kamiho spirit, which her mother desperately wants. Anyways, by the time she gets to 99 men, she finally sets eyes on her 100th victim, and this one is personal. He's an American GI that she witnessed brutalize and kill her best friend during an interrogation. That soldier she seeks vengeance against is none other than Atticus, and it's now become so much more apparent about what he used to mean when he said he did unforgivable things back in Korea. Anyways, Jia ends up being his nurse, and in her attempt to seduce him so that she can steal his soul, what do you know, she falls in love. They both fall in love with each other as they both bonded through their intense forms of trauma and believe that they're both monsters. She tells him, "The first time I saw you at the hospital, the anger shot through me like lightning, and all I could see was a murderer. Then I got to know you, and I realized how this war has torn you apart. We've both done monstrous things, but that does not make us monsters." It kinda got me choked up, yo. I'm not gonna lie. Their love is so tragic, and I'm a sucker for all that. However, as most tragic romances go, it doesn't end well. Jia's mother is less than satisfied with her decision to not kill Atticus, as she's begun to learn the ability to control her tails when they're having sex. The relationship between Jia and her mother was another incredible point in this episode. So, Jia was never born a kamiho. This was all done by her mother in order to take revenge against her ex-husband for sexually abusing her daughter. Jia's mother wants to desperately change her daughter back to her human form, as she believes her emotions are hindered by the demon that possesses her. But Jia seems to be clear in her disdain for her mother's choice to curse her. In killing her stepfather, Jia has absorbed his memories, which has revealed the dark truth that her mother initially allowed her to be sexually abused. Jia must now bear the burden of her stepfather's sins and her mother's premature and selfish choice to inflict her with a demon spirit. Talk about some deep-rooted mommy issues. The episode's final act sees Atticus trying to convince Jia to come back with him to the States, but she tries to explain in a sensible way how this can't be because of her curse. When they embrace again for a final time, Jia is unable to control her Camille spirit, and it nearly kills Atticus after she's able to absorb his memories. But this time she's able to see his future, and she doesn't like it. Once he breaks free, she pleads for him to not go back to America, as she saw him die there. However, her warning falls on deaf ears as Atticus is mortified about what he just witnessed. He tells her to stay away from him and the man takes flight. We all knew that this couldn't have ended well. The end of the episode sees Jia and her mother approaching the shaman that first bound the spirit of the Kamiho to her. Her mother pleads for her to release the spirit despite her only having 99 souls. This is of course denied. However, Jia wants to know if Atticus will truly die, which there was no clear answer for either. Just wow. Like, what can this show not do? This episode took the biggest step away from its original tone and setting and once again knocked it out of the park for me. The chemistry between Jamie Chung and Jonathan Majors was just too good for them to not pop back up in another episode. Truth be told, I can no longer stand Atticus and Letty. I'm rooting for Atticus and Jia all the way now. Anyways, guys, that's gonna have to do it for this episode review, but please let me know your thoughts on this episode and what were your favorite parts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you all back here next week for episode 7.